Hello everyone and welcome to the Sacramento Beer Show. Today I am trying another beer. This one is from Dogma Brewing Company out of Pittsburg, California. Let's see, the brewery and tap room is in El Granada, California. Wait, kind of confused here. Brewed and canned by Dogma Brewing Company in Pittsburg, California. Visit our brewery and tap room in El Granada, California. Maybe they have two. I don't know. Anyway, here's the label. Got a nice hipster on there. Has his nice glass full of hazy beer. So this is called Silly Gimmick. It's a Northeast style double IPA. Clocking in at 8.2 ABV. This IPA utilizes 2-row malt, Pilsner malt, Vienna malt, wheat, caramel malt, and oats. So a lot going into the malt bill on this. And then the hops are Ella, Simcoe, Citra, Idaho 7, and Mosaic. Only hop on here that I have not tried in a beer before is the Ella hop. So, interested to check that out. It says, what does it say? Exquisitely unbalanced. Alright, well, that is kind of what people like these days. So, yeah, this nice hipster beer. So, let's crack into this, shall we? You may notice a little bit better lighting than we've had in the past. Finally got a new light, so hopefully that lets you see the color of the beer a little bit better. So let's see here. So pouring a nice light golden, super hazy. Let's see, looks about a 2 fingers of ivory white head with yeah, like a golden, almost deep orange sort of color. Kind of like a guava juice or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and pour another glass for my wife to try. Here you go, Jamie. Alright, so before I even smell it, just from pouring it, I'm getting whiffs of the juicy aroma on this one. Tons of juice. Pineapple, orange, guava. Super delicious smelling. Really pretty beer. It is one of those hazy beers that is opaque rather than translucent, but a very pretty opaqueness, not like turkey gravy like some that I've seen in the past. Head retention is very nice with a nice amount of lacing on the glass. This is an 8.2% beer and not getting any booziness on the nose, which is quite interesting. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and try this beer. Wow. So, this is my second time trying this beer. Full disclosure, I did try it last night, and I almost immediately knew upon my first sip last night what I was going to rate this one. And a day later, a different palate, I feel the same way. This is 100 points. I'm getting tons of juicy tropical fruit on the palate. I'm not getting that somewhat, to me, off-putting sweetness, or maybe sweetness isn't the right word, but that what brewing a beer with oats tends to do to the finish for me. This is not giving this. This is giving a nice, slightly bitter finish It's just slightly pithy grapefruit bitterness that is just enough to balance out the juice and make you want another sip. This beer is hundreds. And look at that color. This is such a pretty beer. I just have to give it another sip. For a beer, and I don't know anything about this brewery, but for a beer that seems to be sort of ironically poking fun at like hipster beer culture and these hazy beers and how it's all the rage right now, and maybe they see it as somewhat of a gimmick because they call it still a gimmick. You know, brew your beer with oats and it'll be hazy and people will go crazy, and massively dry hop it. But for someone that seems to be sort of making this beer in jest, well, they just did a way better job at it than like 90% of the other breweries out there, at least on the West Coast. So kudos to them on that. Now, like I said, I don't really know much about this brewery. Maybe they make this beer all the time and this is just another one in their arsenal. I don't really know. I didn't really do much research on the brewery. I don't know what the rest of the lineup looks like. Maybe the reason they did so well with this one is because they've, you know, been doing these, you know, day after day. If this is a one-off and they normally stick to like West Coast and more malt forward IPAs since they say, you know, exquisitely on balance. If that's the case and this is their first attempt and they just knock it out of the park like this, I'd really like to try some of their other beers, because that is saying that they really have the sort of science and everything down to know what they're doing this well. Almost 7 minutes after opening that can, and I'm still getting excellent head retention on the beer here. This is a very well made beer, super drinkable, super juicy. This is what they call a juice bomb. This is one of the best IPAs of this style that I've ever had. If you can find it, I would highly suggest picking up a 4-pack and trying it for yourself. Just one last thing before I go. This was canned on 7/27/17, so just over a month old. And underneath the can-on says "Damn hipsters." So again, I don't know. Are they just poking fun? Are they poking fun at themselves? Not sure. I would like to know more about this brewery. If you know anything about this brewery, please let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to learn some more. So until next time, thanks for tuning in, checking out the Sacramento Beer Show. My name is Jordan Steffen, and please subscribe, like, share. Until next time, cheers.